Welcome to Crafty Blessings with Angie. We're doing a DIY using my new printable that I've created, and I printed it out on an inkjet printer. I sprayed it with a good coat of hairspray, let it dry, and now I'm just tearing my edges. I want it to have the torn look. I hope that everyone is enjoying their day, and whatever day it is that you're watching this video, I hope you'll give us a follow if you're not following us, and that you will like and share this video. So you see my surface is just a round surface that I pre-painted with Waverly chalk paint, and I have a hole drilled for a hanger right there. So my design's going to go a little lower than that hole. I'm using Mod Podge, and I'm doing the dry method. So I put down the Mod Podge, and you want a good coat. You want to make sure after you apply that coat evenly on your surface that you dry it well. I've been spending some time creating my own designs to use for Mod Podging, and I'm hoping to do something to make those available for people to have to use for their crafts. So if you are interested in that, just let me know. The more excitement and that people were interested will know which way I need to go and how to get those into your hands. So I'm dried the surface, and now I'm going to lay my design down on my surface and smooth it out. And as you see there at the bottom, it's a little long, so you'll see what I do to fix that. I'm just using my mini press to iron that down and make it nice and flat. That's the cool thing about doing iron-on designs. It's a nice smooth application, as you see there. So you see my bottom is just a bit long, so I decided that I would just tear some more of that off, but I decided not to tear it completely off because I thought it would be kind of cool to Mod Podge it down on the bottom there, so you still see the color of the pretty flowers. I had a little tear. I had to repair it. You'll see how I do that in just a second. So I'm just putting extra Mod Podge down. When you do an edge like that, you got to use a little more Mod Podge to make sure that it's going to stay down. And after I'm completely finished with this, I will probably also spray my whole entire surface with a clear poly, just as an extra precaution to make sure that the design stays where it needs to be and then it's completely protected. So I'm putting a coat of Mod Podge on the top of my design. I just like to seal it completely. The cool thing is when you're using an inkjet printer, if you cover your design with hairspray, you don't have the bleeding that you would have if you didn't. Generally, an inkjet printer is not waterproof. So there, the hairspray kind of seals the design so that it doesn't just completely smear everywhere. So as you see, I've completely covering my design with, and I'm even adding it on the edges of my surface, because when you glance at a design, you want it to all be uniform. If you've got Mod Podge, just Mod Podging your design down, it'll look kind of like dried glue look, you know. So you want to kind of put your Mod Podge on your whole entire surface for the best look. So I'm drying it again, and then you're going to see that sometimes after doing this, you'll get some little bubbles. There's just not really a lot, but just a few. So in here in a second, you're going to see where I show what I do to fix that. I seen that at the bottom that I told you that sometimes you got to have an extra. It was coming up a little bit, so I put a little more Mod Podge on that bottom part because I don't want it to come up, okay? That's just as a precaution for that edge. So I'm just drying it well. And then I decided, I had a couple little bubbles, so I decided to iron it down again. That, you can do that. Just iron it down again if there's any kind of little bubbles, and you can get them right out. There's sometimes when I do decoupage, I don't mind the bubbles. I don't mind the creases. I don't mind any of that. But there's sometimes when I want it smooth. And this is how I handle that if I really want it smooth. So you see that? Now this Mod Podge that I'm using is the matte finish. I know it looks a little glossy, but it's the matte. So I took me a couple pieces of greenery, and I'm using some jute, and I'm just tying that greenery together before I apply it to my design. It takes me a second there to get it how I want it. My glue gun wasn't just exactly hot enough, so that's why I stopped the camera and I've started it back. And now my glue gun's ready to go. My glue tool is ready to go. So I put me some hot glue and stick it there, and I hold it for a second. And then I realized that I wanted to put my hanger. So you're going to see me make a mistake right here. That's the thing about doing a pre-recorded video. So I'm tying my hanger, making sure it's tied. And then I put more glue. Now, my glue gun was acting crazy. So I had this beautiful flower. This was used in my girls' wedding stuff, and I thought the color went well with the colors in my design. So I'm putting that flower in the center. And there we have it. We have a finished, beautiful door hanger or wall hanger, whatever you would like to do with it. It's beautiful. I love it. I hope that you do too. And I hope you're excited